Nine Skies is a progressive rock band from France. And they have a few albums out, actually. This is not their first, but anyways, I'm going to review the recent album. It's called The Lightmaker. Right from the very get-go, when I was listening to the very first intro track, which is actually an instrumental, which kind of is a gateway to the album, you know right away something is special about this album. I really truly had a feeling like, wow, I'm going to be hearing something really special. I just had this feeling. And I wasn't let down. It was very consistent right from the start to the finish. I was enjoying every track thoroughly and really quite impressed. There's a unique angle to this album. There's a few different things that we have to discuss about this album. First of all, Nine Skies, this is not their first album. I'll put below the screen here how many albums they've got. I think it's 4. Eric Boulier was one of the pillars of the band. I mean, he played guitar and violin and keyboards, I think, and did compositions and whatnot. And he's not on this album. He passed away, unfortunately. And but the band, I guess they made a decision to keep forging forward, and I think they made the right decision to keep going forward, because this album, despite his absence, but his sort of presence and spirit, it's an excellent album. They really excelled. The members here, Alexandre Lamia is on guitars, piano, arrangements, recording, mixing, mastering. He's a brilliant guitar player, and he's very much in tune with, I would say, like Steve Howe, Steve Hackett, that kind of guitarist, where at the same time as sort of being connected to the more modern Opeth kind of sound. A lot of back and forth between acoustic guitarist parts and steel string mostly, I think, and electrics. Plus he does all the recording work and writing and whatnot. So then we got Anne Claire Wallow on keyboards and lyrics, and Ashraf El Asrouri, who's on vocals. And actually in this album, I think there's about 9 different vocalists. We'll talk about that in a second. David Darnaud, guitars as well. So they got 2 guitarists. They also have Alexis Bietti on bass, and John, and he does a superb job. There's this one little track I want to tell you about later. And then there's Johnny Martyr on drums, and fine musicians throughout. Well recorded throughout. It's just like I'm setting it up here. You're getting the drift, right? Like this is a very unique, special, strong, great foot forward, great stepping forward for the band Nine Skies. And I'm really delighted to have gotten to know them. I'll have to go back and check out some of their old catalog. I do have one reaction video to an album called 5.20, and there's a song there where they actually have Steve Hackett playing a solo. And I did a reaction to that. You should check it out if you haven't yet. Now, because they're out of France, that's probably a little bit why maybe I hadn't heard of them before. You know, UK bands seem to get a lot more attention right off the bat, or in my case, since I'm in Canada, Canadian bands and American bands. It's about this character named Rudy, who's lived 1,000 lives, and now he's on his 1,001st and final life. For some reason, it's his last life. And the album covers points of view, I guess, from his points of view and other voices or other people who've maybe interacted him with throughout these thousands of the 1,000 lifetimes. And you know, what does he learn? What does he share? Must be a lot there. And as you can imagine, it's very heartfelt, very emotional. The musical scenery is very vast, varied. It reminded me a little of the Alan Parsons Project, the way this album was organized, where they have different lead singers for each, almost every single song, I think. And in some cases, there's even 2 or 3 different singers. I wanted to mention the bass player has a little solo song where he's playing, you know, up to 3 notes at once on the bass, you know, sort of fingerstyle on the bass. So there you get a taste right off the bat. You know, this is a very serious artist as far as a bassist, and it's a delight to hear him playing on the album. Yeah, the keyboards are great too. There's one solo in the song called Chaotic, which is just iconic, and I don't mean like it's a great solo. I mean it's like just everything is there. It has all the ingredients for like a short little masterpiece of a keyboard solo. So I gave this score to the album 4.5 dog bones out of 5. Bones being the scoring system here, Prog Dog. So 4.5 out of 5. It's a gorgeous album. It's epic, but at the same time, it's modest. I predict this album will find its way into the hearts of many fans of the progressive rock genre. Probably lots of new fans. It's a high water mark for Prog in 2023. So that's it. That's my review. Thanks for watching. And if you're interested, make sure you check out the links below for the band Nine Skies. And of course, you can get recording media from them, albums, I believe, CDs and stuff like that. So that's it. Spiraling out. It's Dean. Until the next album review. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.